Okay, so we're gonna pull in groups of 2. How many groups can go?
3.
1, 2, 3. Okay, here's where everybody's getting all messed up, and I'm gonna pass back your papers today. But I would say on average, most of you guys got about 6 wrong the other day. Okay, out of the 10 you had to do. Okay, and here's what's happening. They're doing this. Why would they put that many 2s there? That's how many 2s there are, but how many 2s should there be on the outside?
3.
There should only be 3. Okay, why should there only be 3? There's only 3 groups, okay? And so a lot of you guys are doing this rather than what it should be, which is 1 for this group, 1 for this group, 1 for this group, okay? And then who cannot go?
2, 3.
The 2 and the 3. And then what do we do with all of those?
Multiply them.
Yeah, we're gonna multiply them, okay? So really, this is where we're putting everything. And take a second, soak that in, whatever. But that's what needs to happen with that picture, okay? So 2 times 2 times 2?
8.
8. What's gonna be on the inside? A 6, okay? And I know mine looks sloppy, but... Okay, so that's really what should be happening. Bless you. Okay, number 3, the very first thing I would suggest to do is to drop down that negative. Okay, so we already know it's going to be negative and then radical. 27, what are some factors of 27?
9.
Well, you can't just say 9.
My bad. 3, 9.
3, 9, and then 9 is what?
3.
3, 3. Okay, so who can go?
1.
One group of 3, so these guys can go. So how many 3s are going to go on the outside?
1.
Just 1. And then this guy's got to go back on the inside. And so this is actually our answer. The negative just stays on there. Okay, look at number 5. What looks different? What's different?
There's an X.
There's letters in there, okay? But they're not that much like harder or different or anything like that. So we're gonna start off the same way we would and factor out the 64. Okay, so 2 and 32? I don't know. Is it 32?
Yeah.
Okay. 32 is gonna be 2 and 16. 2, 8. 2, 4. 2, 2. Okay, so how many can go? Okay, 1, 2, 3 groups of 2. Who cannot go?
2, 2.
Who cannot go?
9.
But a 9, remember, what's our magic numbers?
2.
2, 3, 5, 7. So that's the only numbers we're looking at. So everybody else we can ignore. So who cannot go? They all can go. Is there times where everyone went to the grocery store at your house? Yeah, there's times where no one's home, right? So that's all it's saying. The house is empty. Okay, so nobody's going to go back in the house, which is totally fine. Okay, now, and you may have times where no one can go. Okay, so that's how it's going to look right now. Obviously, we're going to need to finish that and multiply it, etc. But what's up?
I'm just using my iPad.
Oh, I didn't know something. Okay, so then if we look at the x's, what does it say? X what? X with an exponent of 2. All that means is that there's 2 of the x's. Okay, so if it said x to the 4, that means 1, 2, 3, 4 x's. If it said x to the 5, how many x's are there? There's 5 x's. If it said x to the 7, that means there's 7. And then you're going to go through and pull them in groups of 2, just like you normally would because our group number is 2. So if you're looking, we have 2 x's. How many of those guys can go? 1 group. Okay, so these guys can go. Okay, when they can go, do we put them on the inside or the outside?
Inside.
Huh?
Inside.
Outside. right? Because they can go to the store. Okay, so they're gonna go on the outside, so he's gonna go here. Okay, so 2 times 2 times 2
8.
is gonna be 8. So this is gonna look like 8x square root of nothing. Nobody's left on the inside of the house. Now, normally today, in today's purposes, we can write the square root and just leave it blank, but normally you just would not write the square root, okay? But this is totally acceptable and okay for today. Okay, 50
225.
is gonna be 225, 25. Five and 5. Okay, so who can go? Try again.
With the 5 and
The five, a group of 5s can go. Who cannot go?
the 2.
The 2's gonna go where? Inside. How many M's do we have?
2.
2. So we're gonna say 1 and 2. How many of those guys can go? One group. Okay, and so where's he gonna go?
Behind it.
On the outside. And how many are gonna go on the outside?
1.
Just one for that group, okay? So it's gonna look like that, and there's nothing left to even multiply. Okay, number 9 for 8, I got 2, 4, 2, 2. Okay, so one group of 2's can go. Who cannot go?
The 2.
A single 2. And then how many M's do we have?
2.
We have 2 M's, and so one of those guys can go, and so it's gonna go on the outside. Um, 20 is gonna be 210, 25. Okay, so who can go?
The 2.
A group of 2's, who cannot go?
5.
The 5's gotta go back on the inside. And then I have an X and an X. Okay, so an X can go. I mean, you can, I would say lowest numbers, but I mean, it's not gonna be that kind of difference if she knows somebody's in the program that she would like to be with. Yeah, and just let her pick one. And if not, then it's fine. I know she would really, if she doesn't advocate for herself, that's fine, but she really would like to stay in 7th grade. Okay. She talked about it in the class, so I'm like, well, just advocate for yourself, but I don't know if she said so. Okay. Thanks. Is that the right one? The X's can go, right, and so he's gonna go here on the outside. Okay, 100. It's gonna be 250, 225, 55. Okay, who can go? A group of 2's can go, and a group of 5's can go. So who's left on the inside? Nobody. How many N's are there?
1.
There's one N. So can he go?
No.
No, why not? He does not have a buddy. So where's he gonna go? Back on the inside, okay? He's not allowed to go, so we're gonna put him back on the inside. Okay, and then what do you do with that 2 and 5?
Multiply.
You multiply them. So 2 times 5
10.
is gonna be 10 square root N. Okay, 45 is gonna be 315. Bless you. 35. Okay, so who can go? A group of threes can go. Who's not allowed to go? The 5 is not allowed to go. How many threes are we gonna put on the outside? 1 3 for that group, okay? And the 5's going back on the inside. How many V's are there?
1.
There's 1 V, so can he go?
No.
No, so where's he gonna go?
Inside.
Back on the inside of the house, okay? Uh, 125, and I don't know, 3, does 3 go in? No? 5 does. 5 and what? 25? 25 and then 5 and 5. Okay, so who can go? A group of 5s. Who cannot go? A single 5. So it's gonna look like 1 5 on the outside, 1 5 on the inside. How many X's are there? 1. So where's he gonna go? Back on the inside. Okay, and then 1936 is gonna be 2 and something.
18.
2 and 18. 2 9 3 3. Okay, so who can go? A group of 2s and a group of 3s. Okay, so 2 3. Okay, can the V go?
No.
No, he's gonna go back on the inside. What do we do with that 2 and 3?
Multiply.
Multiplying, so 2 times 3 is 6, and then a V on the inside. Okay, a couple things.